Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're stepping onto the court, you could say.
Yeah, we're looking at pickleball.
Exactly. You've probably seen it, maybe heard the thwack sound from a nearby park.
Oh, yeah. It's everywhere. And what's really interesting is how it's pulling in all sorts of people, not just one type.
Right. All ages, different skill levels. It's kind of amazing.
It really is. It's broken out of any niche. You've got serious athletes trying it. You've got people just wanting, a fun way to move.
So our plan today, our mission, is to give you a good starting point, the fundamentals.
Yeah, we looked at some good guides, some tutorials.
And we've boiled it down to help you understand what it is, how you actually play, how you get started. Think of it as your quick guide to getting on the court.
And it's clever, isn't it? How it mixes things up, like you feel bits of tennis, maybe badminton with the court size, and even ping pong with the paddles.
That blend seems to be a big part of the appeal. Makes it easier to pick up, maybe.
I think so. It feels familiar even if you haven't played it, but you've played something like it. It's fun pretty much right away.
Okay, so let's dive into actually playing. The serve. That's where it all starts.
Right. And it's different from tennis. No big overheads here.
It's underhand.
Yeah, strictly underhand. So the swing has to be moving upwards, and contact with the ball needs to be below your waist.
Below the waist. Got it.
And you're aiming diagonally, cross-court, into the opposite service area.
Okay. And you only get one shot at it.
Just one attempt. No second serves like in tennis.
Makes it count.
Definitely. And critically, the serve has to land beyond the non-volley zone.
Ah, the kitchen.
The kitchen, yes.
Ah.
That 7-foot area right by the net, your serve needs to clear that completely.
Okay, the kitchen. It sounds friendly, but it seems pretty important rule-wise, especially with this double bounce thing.
Hugely important. So the double bounce rule kicks in right after the serve.
How does that work?
Okay, so the person receiving the serve must let the ball bounce once before they hit it back. Then, when it comes back over to the serving side, they also have to let it bounce once before hitting it.
So one bounce on the return side, one bounce on the serving side, then you can hit it out of the air.
Exactly. Only after those two bounces have happened can players start volleying, hitting the ball before it bounces.
Why that rule? What's the point?
Well, it does a couple of things. It really stops players from just rushing the net and smashing the serve or the return right away. It extends the rallies.
Ah, makes sense. Gives people more time to react, especially beginners.
Precisely. It levels the playing field quite a bit, prevents pure power from dominating right at the start.
Okay, so after those two initial bounces, volleys are allowed. But the kitchen still matters, right? You can't just camp out at the net.
Absolutely not. That non-volley zone, the kitchen, is exactly that. A non-volley zone.
Meaning?
Meaning you cannot hit the ball out of the air volley while any part of your body is touching the kitchen line or inside the kitchen area.
Okay, so if the ball bounces in the kitchen, can I go in and hit it?
Yes, absolutely. You can step into the kitchen to hit a ball after it has bounced. No problem there.
But I just can't be standing in there and hit it before it bounces.
That's the key. If you volley while you're in the kitchen, it's a fault. Your team loses the rally.
Right. Forces you back a bit, makes you think more strategically.
It does. It prevents players from just standing right at the net and blocking everything. You have to choose your moments to move in.
Okay, so outside the kitchen, volleys are fair game, hitting it in the air. Then there's the dink.
Sounds kind of funny.
It does sound a bit funny, but it's arguably one of the most important shots in pickleball.
Really? What is it?
It's basically a soft, controlled shot that you intentionally hit so it drops gently over the net, landing right in your opponent's kitchen.
Ah, so you're aiming for the kitchen.
Exactly, because remember, they can't volley it if they're standing in the kitchen.
Right, so they have to let it bounce.
Or they have to scramble back out of the kitchen to try and hit it. Either way, it usually forces them to hit the ball upwards from a low position, which makes it harder for them to attack you back aggressively.
Precisely. It's a setup shot. It's about patience and placement, not power. Mastering the dink is, well, it's huge.
Interesting. Okay, so serve, double bounce, kitchen rules, volleys, dinks. How do you actually win? Let's talk scoring.
Pretty straightforward usually. Games are typically played to 11 points.
11, and you have to win by 2.
Yep, win by 2. So it could go 11-9 or 12-10 and so on.
And who scores? Can both teams score?
Ah, crucial point. Only the serving team can score points.
Only the serving team. So if the receiving team wins the rally.
They don't get a point, but they usually get the serve back. It's called a side out. No point changes hands, just the serve.
Okay, so you only rack up points when you have the serve and you win the rally.
That's it.
And what about serving position? Do you stay on one side?
In doubles, which is most common, when the serving team scores a point, the person who just served switches sides with their partner.
They swap places.
They swap places on their side of the court, and the same server serves again, but now from the other side.
Okay. And they keep doing that as long as they keep scoring.
Correct. They keep serving, alternating sides after each point won until they lose a rally, commit a fault.
Then what?
Then, usually, the serve goes to their partner.
Ah, so both players on a team get a chance to serve before the other team gets it back?
Almost. There's one exception, right at the very start of the game. The team that serves first only gets one server turn.
Just one.
Yeah, only the player starting on the right side serves first. If they lose the rally, the serve immediately goes over to the other team. It's just for that very first service sequence of the match. After that, both partners get to serve before a side out.
Huh. Okay, that's a specific rule to remember at the start. So tracking who's serving, what the score is, and which side you're supposed to be on seems pretty important, especially in doubles.
Oh, absolutely. Communication and just keeping track is key.
Yeah.
Saying the score before you serve helps everyone stay aligned.
Right. Avoids confusion. Okay, that covers the basics of playing. What about gear? Is it complicated? Expensive.
Actually, that's another plus. For pickleball, the equipment is pretty simple.
What do you need?
You need a paddle. They're solid, no strings, usually made from lightweight stuff like composite materials or graphite. Bigger than a ping pong paddle, smaller than a tennis racket.
Okay. Lightweight paddle.
Then the ball. It's plastic, kind of like a wiffle ball, with holes in it.
Those holes must affect how it flies.
They do. Makes it fly a bit slower than a tennis ball and less bouncy, and also helps a bit with wind outdoors.
Makes sense. Paddle, ball, anything else?
Good shoes. Court shoes, ideally. Something with non-marking soles that gives you good grip and support for moving side to side. You don't want to be sliding around.
Right, safety first. So paddle ball shoes, that's it.
That's the core stuff. And you can often find starter sets online or in sports stores with a couple of paddles and balls. Makes it easy to just try it out.
And courts are popping up everywhere, it seems. Parks, community centers.
Yeah, many public parks are converting tennis courts or adding dedicated pickleball courts. And often they're free to use. So the barrier to entry, cost-wise and access-wise, is pretty low.
That definitely helps explain the boom. Okay, so say someone's listened, they've got the rules, maybe they got a starter kit. Any quick tips for when they first step on the court? Beginner strategies.
Yeah, a few things come to mind. First, try not to rush straight to the net immediately after you or your partner serves or returns.
Why not? Isn't the net the place to be?
Eventually, yes, but remember that double bounce rule. The ball has to bounce on each side first. So hang back initially, let the rally develop a bit, give yourself space and time.
Okay, patience at the start, good advice. What else?
We talked about the dink. Seriously, practice that shot.
The soft shot into the kitchen.
Yes. It's not flashy, but it's incredibly effective. Learning to hit controlled dinks and, maybe more importantly, learning to return dinks patiently is fundamental. Don't always try to smash the dink back.
So finesse over power sometimes.
Often. In pickleball, yes. Especially around the net. Another thing, in doubles, communication. Talk to your partner.
What kind of talk?
Simple stuff. Mine. Yours. Got it. Let it bounce. Or even out if you see a ball going long. It avoids confusion, prevents you both swinging at the same ball, helps cover the court.
Makes sense. Teamwork.
Absolutely. And one last thing. Practice your serve.
Even though it's just underhand?
Especially because you have full control over it. It starts every single point. Being able to consistently get your serve in, deep, and to the right spot gives you an immediate advantage, or at least doesn't put you at a disadvantage right away. Don't neglect serve practice.
Great tips. So be patient near the net early on, master that dink, talk to your partner, and get that serve consistent.
That's a really solid foundation for any beginner.
Okay, so just to wrap things up a bit, we've seen pickleball as this really interesting mix, tennis, badminton, ping pong, that somehow works really well and is drawing tons of people in.
Yeah, it's remarkably accessible.
And we've covered the essentials for playing. The underhand serve, that key double bounce rule, the all-important non-volley zone or kitchen.
How volleys work. The strategy behind the dink. The scoring only when serving. Games to 11, win by 2.
Right, and how partners switch sides in doubles, plus the simple gear, paddle, plastic ball, court shoes.
And those beginner tips? Patience, dinking, communication, and serve practice.
It sounds like the rules are, you can learn them relatively quickly.
They are pretty straightforward to grasp, yeah. But there's enough strategy involved, especially with the kitchen play and dinking, to keep it interesting as you get better.
And it really does seem like there's a big social side to it, too. People mention the community a lot.
Oh, definitely. It's very social. Because the court is smaller, you're closer to your opponents, doubles is common, people rotate in and out. It fosters a really friendly atmosphere usually.
A good way to meet people and stay active.
Absolutely. You see people from, I don't know, 15 maybe up to 75 or even older playing together. It's great for fitness, great for fun across basically all ages.
So, maybe as you're thinking about this, you might notice those courts near you. Perhaps consider the social side, the fitness side of trying something new and, well, pretty accessible like pickleball.
Yeah, and maybe think about what skills you already have from other sports, that hand-eye coordination from tennis, maybe the wrist action from badminton, the quick reactions from ping pong.
How might those translate? Interesting thought. Well, thanks for taking this deep dive into pickleball with us.
My pleasure. Go hit some dinks.